Hello, everybody. Hello. Happy Wednesday to everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Should be able to hear me now. Hi, Sarah. Sound should be working good. We've just started. We're waiting on a couple more people, and we will start imminently. We will start Wednesday's webinar imminently. Can you hear me? Yes, I think you can. All looks good. Hello, Maggie again. Hello, everyone. Hi, Gillian, Andrew, Patricia, Liz, Chris. Hello. Dean. Hello. Phil. Hello. Mary. Good to see everybody. How is everyone today? Hope we're having a good morning. How's the morning been? It's been nice and sunny here. It's beautiful weather up here in the north. We're in North Yorkshire. Weather's looking good. We've got a couple of nice days ahead of us, so that's good. And yeah, so if you've just joined us, if this is your first webinar, first of all, where have you been? We've been doing webinars for over 2 weeks, daily, 2 p.m. every single day, completely free for small businesses across the UK. Here we are, InfoServe, all of us working from home. So here I am, of course, working from home, doing the safe thing, doing the right thing. I've got Josh with me today, our marketing lead here at InfoServe. And there he is. Say hi, Josh.
Hi, everyone. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I'm just waiting on everyone to say hi, Josh.
Hello. I'm back again.
You're back after a 1-day break. Good to see you. And yeah, we've got the whole team ready and waiting, guys, as well. Yeah, just be rest assured, I've got about a dozen people watching the webinar that help us with this. So it's quite a large team behind all of this. We're ready to go. So let's crack on with. Without further ado, Josh, everyone's saying hi to you. Chris is saying hi. Gillian, Gary.
Hello, everyone. How are you all doing?
Everyone. Thanks for it's also really I want to say just at this stage, thank you so much for your support over these last couple of weeks. Josh, I'm sure you agree with me when I say
definitely
we're humbled.
3 weeks on the trot now, so this is our 3rd week today. So it's amazing how fast those 3 weeks have actually gone. To be honest, we've covered a lot of different content. There's loads out there on the YouTube playlist. A couple of people asking how you get replays. Again, you do get sent an automatic email after the webinar is done. That's just a nice friendly link. Click on there, it'll take you to the YouTube playlist. We are currently uploading some more, so bear with us while we upload them, but they will all be on there. And again, for you to just watch at your own leisure, take notes and implement the tips.
And you've been blown away by as well by the reviews that we've had, right?
Oh, definitely, yes. Thank you so much. Honestly, it's really good to hear that we are that we're helping, and it's putting you guys in a better position for when we do reopen, or if you are open to carry on and just improve your online presence as a whole, whatever that may be. Even if you just take a couple of things from these webinars, that means that we've done our job in helping you.
You're absolutely right. Even if it's just one thing, every webinar, guys, if you can just implement one of the things that we teach you. So we've got a number of things to go through today. But even if you can just put one thing into practice, we're almost 100% certain that one thing will benefit your business and help you grow and help you get more inquiries, or at least get you in the right position for when we get back to normality. So hopefully that's not too far away. Hope everyone's healthy, keeping well, you and your families, of course, and let's get started.
So we are. We've just had a question from Julie. Are we still doing the 11 a.m. webinar? We're sticking with 2 p.m. We had some feedback. 2 p.m. seems to be the time that everyone prefers. We were just trialing it out a couple of weeks ago, but 100% sticking with the normal formula of 2 p.m.
That's right, 2 p.m. 2 p.m. is the one that everyone prefers, so we're sticking with it, and we're piling everything into the 2 p.m. one. So join us daily, 2 p.m. If you haven't got the link, or if you want to share the link to this, then just please go to infoserve.com/COVID. we're thinking about changing that URL at some point, but we'll let everyone know. But yeah, it'll still go to the right page. But infosub.com/COVID, and that is our COVID small business support page. So we've launched small business support for all businesses in the UK. And as UK's only Google, Bing, Facebook, and Yahoo partner, we're the only company in the UK to have all those partnerships. We've got the highest level of partnerships. This is how we're able to bring you all of this. So hopefully that gives some reassurance. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at SEO, advanced SEO. Now, some of the stuff we're going to show you today is really advanced, and some of the stuff we're going to show you today, we know that agencies charge £500 to £1,000 a month, and we're showing you this stuff because this is really we're going to touch on it at least. We'll see how much we can cover. There's a great amount of depth to this. There's probably going to be some questions, but let's go over the basics. And we're showing you it because we want to get you heading in the right direction with your SEO. SEO, of course, is search engine optimization. We've previously shown you how to do on-site SEO. That's on-site. So what that means, on-site SEO, it basically just means stuff that you can do on your website to help it get found higher on Google. Well, today we're showing you things that you can do off your website to really increase the ranking and the chances of it being found higher on Google. And obviously Bing and Yahoo, all the search engines. So that includes backlinks, citations, content, blogging. Well, let's get into it. Let's not stay on one screen. Okay, so first up, we want to just talk to you about a backlink. What is a backlink? A few people have asked about this recently. And a backlink is effectively, well, you can see by the image there, it's a link going back to your website. And it's better to usually get that link from a relevant source, a relevant website. So, for example, let me just explain better. So a link from one website to another. It's basically something that search engines use. So search engines use backlinks as a ranking signal because when one website links to another website, it means that they believe the content is noteworthy. Okay, the content is credible, authoritative content. So, for example, like I say, search engines are using backlinks as a major ranking signal. What are the other ranking signals? Well, we've covered a lot of those in the previous webinars, such as meta title tags, description tags, the content on your website. Content is king. Sometimes the better the content, the better it is of chances you'll get ranked higher. The headings on your website is another ranking signal. Even social media can be a ranking signal, but that's for another day. But your backlinks are going to be seen as a major influencing ranking factor. So that's a kind of visual representation of what we're going to try to achieve today. So we're talking about a number of different things today. Let's hope we can get through it within 50 minutes. What is a citation? A citation is a mention of your business on, say, for example, a listing or a local directory. So it's the process of getting those mentions of your business across the internet, basically, on local directories. So if you're a local business, what is a local business? A local business is a business that is the kind of business I would search for example, something in somewhere. So I don't know, solicitors, Leeds, hotels, Newcastle. That's a local business. A national business or brand, a national brand is for example, Amazon. They're not really a local business, are they? All right, let's put Amazon to one side and let's focus on small local businesses. And we want to help you. So The process of getting a citation is getting your local business mentioned across lots and lots of local directories. And obviously, I've put some icons there, on the right-hand side. Having these citations on relevant and reputable websites, having citations on websites that are reputable and relevant will actually boost your Google search ranking, the credibility that you have with Google.
Yeah.
So just to go back to that, there's a few icons. What are those? Well, you're looking at everything from things like the Mirror online newspaper has a directory. It has a business directory. Obviously, Google My Business is a huge citation. The link on Google to your website is really powerful for obvious reasons. A Hot Frog is another one. Scoot is another directory. Even sat navs, because they come online now as well. So there's lots and lots of different. Foursquare, Yelp. Has anyone heard of Yelp? Well, that's another directory that offers a good citation. Basically, this means that you have to reach out to all of these different directories, or as many as you can. But as many of you may know already, there's ways and means of getting listed on all of these directories pretty quickly. There's ways and means of doing it, and there's businesses like ours that sell offer products that can get you listed on all of those listings. Of course, you can just do it yourself manually. You can just go to all of the directories and get your business listed in all of those different directories. So we'll come back to that, and hopefully we can help you with that. All right. The other part of offsite SEO is something called blogger outreach. And what that entails is, and sorry about the slide, the content here. Hopefully you can read it. Josh, can you read it? Everything okay?
Everything's perfect. Yeah.
So it is. What I'm just getting at here is there's quite a lot to talk about here, and for those people watching this back, you might want to pause it, or you might want to kind of stop and have a proper read of some of this stuff. Because what I've done is I've cut down all the content and really put the most important words in here, so you can take away the most important stuff. But a blogger outreach is designed to get a link and a mention of your website on blogging websites. It's a natural, relevant link and content, and search engines again use this as signals for authority. So effectively, what I'm saying is, let's try and get an article, a bit of content onto a blog in your industry, and let's try and get a link back to your website. So we're going to show you how to do that. So really, it's all about writing the content. To get a backlink, you write the content, whether the content may be an article or press release or a blog. So you've got to write the content, and then you can get someone to write the content for you, of course, because if you're not feeling comfortable about writing content, you might want to reach out to a copywriter, a content writer. There's many of them out there that you can reach out to. We've got 3 or 4 different content writers in our company, and so I would never personally want to write content, because I know that the difference between me writing and the difference between a professional trained copywriter. So if you do want to invest, it wouldn't cost you too much at all to get a bit of content written, but it's probably worth that investment. Of course, if you're comfortable with writing it, go ahead and do it. Give it a go. Why not? This is what this is all about. Taking this time at the moment and putting your time into growing your business and really getting to that next level. So you've got to write the content, and then you're gonna outreach. You're gonna get that content out there onto blogs, with journalists, with influencers. And those guys will then give you a backlink. Hopefully, you'll be asking them you'll be supplying them with your URL, your website address. So along with the content, you'll be giving them your URL, and hopefully they'll put your URL on the article that they publish. So how do we create an article? How do you come up with that? That is a tricky exercise, because it's gonna take some time to get it right. Well, it needs to be professionally written, or it needs to be at least compelling. Okay, so first of all, it needs to be magazine quality content. Don't let that put you off. Don't let that scare you. You'll be surprised how easy it is to find an angle. What I mean by an angle is, think of your business. You're a local business. What article, what news story could you write about your business at the moment? What are you doing as a business that might be helping the local community? What is it that you offer as a business that people find enjoyment with or finding use with at the moment? Because right now is probably the best time to come up with a bit of content about your business and your services, and find an angle, find a news-worthy angle for what you do. It might be educational even. It might be just a press release. It might be something that you're doing in your local community. Local is good. Anything local or anything that is helping the community or local people, wow, your local newspapers will dig that. They will love it. If you can come up with something local that's helpful and informative, then your local newspapers and journalists will really like that. So
they are literally looking for, sorry to interrupt, they are literally looking for articles to publish. That's exactly what they do. I think a good example that kind of enforces this point, Matt, is I was looking at I've been on a fair few bike rides this bank holiday weekend just to get out of the house, and I needed to. I've got some suspension to be on my front wheel. I know this sounds quite complex, but what I'm trying to say is I actually looked online on how to adjust that because it was a bit too spongy and I needed to adjust it. So I had a look online. I found this blog that was detailing exactly how to fix this problem that I had. And then obviously, because that was a specific company that dealt in bikes, I'm now more likely to either go back to them to read another blog, or if I did need a new front tire, I know I've learned that information from them, so I'm more likely to go back. But
brilliant.
That's exactly a real world situation.
Yeah, brilliant example, Josh. And it's how-to articles, how-to. Writing a how-to article or content is so powerful. So even if you're just doing it on your own blog, so let's say you're a running specialist, you're a trainer for runners, and you help runners run faster and healthier and effectively. What you want to be doing is videos or like in this reference, writing articles and content around how people can almost train themselves, how people can improve their running, how 5 tips to run faster. Or in Josh's case, like I say, when he went riding at the weekend, and it's it could be 3 ways to improve your biking technique or ride faster, or fixing, like he says, fixing a puncture. How-to videos or articles in this case they are so powerful. So what I want everyone to think about is what kind of piece of content could you write? We're only talking about a short piece of content. In terms of number of words, it could be between 100 and 500 words. It isn't much at all, but it's really finding that angle. And then once you get into that kind of space, you're able to then reach out and get it potentially published. As Josh said, newspapers and journalists are itching for news at the moment. They are itching for news. So
especially positive local news as well. That's exactly what they want to. They want local businesses to thrive. Everybody does, especially kind of during this time. They're looking for someone different. If you're like a flower company, for instance, you could tell people how to make the perfect bouquet of flowers, or the choices that you go for. Absolutely anything that's niche to your business and where you can provide value.
That's absolutely right. And here's an example of how it can be done. So newspapers are looking for stories at the moment, and journalists. And this is, I don't know if any of you have heard of an area called Ilkley. It's a very popular town up in Yorkshire. It's a famous town, and it's a very historic one, and they've got a big newspaper following. And this is their obviously their online newspaper. Look what we did as a company. We simply reached out to a journalist, and that was our headline for our content. So we wrote some content about how we're helping businesses, and the headline is clear and simple, and it has benefits for the local market. And so, come up with a good headline. Make sure you attach an image, which we'll come to this in a moment. So we just put in a temporary image, and that was right at the start of this. Yep. We've since improved the logo, ironically, but that was our logo at the time. InfoServe offering free advice, and it's if you can see this, a Eden-based online marketing company has launched a campaign offering free advice to small businesses. Look, how good is that? And we, our content writer, our highly talented copywriter here at InfoServe wrote this, and she did a great job. And it's a very short article. Look how short it is. It's just, I don't know how many words that is. I'm sure Susan can tell me, but it's very short and sweet, and it's done the job brilliantly. And that is a great example of getting or writing a piece of content, and we're helping the local community. And there's a couple of examples on screen here, and basically what we've done here is we've written a piece of content and we've got it published on a blog. I don't want you to read through these examples. It's just showing a visual image. But I'm gonna come back to all of this. So what I've said to you so far is getting backlinks is really important. I'm going to show you how to do that, how to get backlinks. But creating the content and all the kind of things that go with that, we're going to deep dive into that now. All good, Josh, from your end?
All good. Yep. So we've had a couple of questions, but I've got a feeling we're going to cover them eventually. But a lot of people asking how to get the bloggers to even mention you, how to get them to publish these articles.
Sorry, Josh, you want to try and answer that then?
Yeah, so I mean, as we've mentioned, journalists, especially local journalists, and bloggers, they are dying for content. They really do want as much content as possible, because it makes them. It also improves their ranking, and it improves yours as well. I mean, the best thing that I could possibly advise is have a look at bloggers and people who are writing about your industry already. Do a couple of Google searches, have a look to find out what interests you in your industry, and then reach out to those bloggers. Ask them, fill in the contact form and say, look, I've got this brilliant article here for you, for instance. Would you please publish it? Yeah, absolutely right. So to try and answer that question as well, you need to write a piece of content that is interesting and compelling to a reader, and it's not going to be completely about your business or me, my product, my services. No, you want to be informative and helpful, and so like I say, maybe that is a how-to piece of content, or maybe it's about how you're supporting the local community, or maybe it's about a particular thing that's happening in your industry at the moment. So you know your industry better than anyone. What's happening? Well, how's that relevant to people, and what can you write about that people can get use out of? So, for example, if I was a wedding venue at the moment, if I was a company that had a wedding venue, I would write an article on, say, for example, how COVID-19 has affected the wedding venue market, how bookings are down, but yet we're seeing increase in bookings for luxury weddings coming next year and year, but whatever it may be, there's an angle there. What's happening, and how can I find an angle? You've got to write that content. Then I would try to get that content on a blog. Now, in terms of that question that just came up there, what you want to be doing is, once you've written your content, you want to be trying to get that content on, like I say, published onto one of the top 100 blogs in your industry. So it's really simple. All you need to do is go to Google and type in top 100 wedding bloggers, if it's the wedding industry, or top 100, plumbing blogging websites. These kind of searches will pull up the top ones, the top blogs that are relevant to your industry.
And then what you need to do is quite simply, there'll be a contact form or contact button on that blog, which you can then reach out to and potentially get, send over your blog, your content to get it published on there. It's just a case of reaching out to them, sending them your article, your content with a picture, of course, and a clear headline. So a clear headline being wedding bookings are up for 2022. I don't know what it may be, but it's going to be clear, informative, and interesting. Yeah. And then send that to them and ask them if they can publish it. You need to send that to as many as you can. So you've just written the content once, but you're going to be reaching out to as many of the top blogging sites as you can. Yeah. And so those blogging sites are things like this. This is a family life blog. Okay, and all they do is give advice and tips about family life, education, food, and things like that, all related to your family. So we work with a customer that does pregnancy scans and all this kind of and that's a very good blog to get an article published. So yeah, it's a family one. And then another example of a blog would be this one here. For example, this is a lookbook. It's a lifestyle one. So if you do fashion or if you're in the beauty industry, reach out to the top 100 beauty bloggers, and so on and so on. There's hundreds and thousands of blogs that are dedicated to the industry that you're in, and you can reach out to some of them very, very easily. And then So what we're saying is we want to be getting your content. We want to get that content put into a blog, and blog outreach is one way of doing it. And what you'll be doing, just to go back a second, what you'll be doing is when you get that article put up on the blog, they will link to your website. So you obviously need to provide them with your website URL, but they will put a backlink to your website. Now, because that blog is relevant to the industry that you're in and what you offer, that is what you would say is a very high quality backlink to your website. And that really will make a huge impact. Obviously, we've mentioned about how you can get backlinks from online newspapers. And have you got a good news story? Have you got a good angle? Write that content, write that piece, and reach out to journalists. So a couple of tips. Who's on the news desk today? Ring the local newspaper and ask them who's on the news desk. Get their name, get an email address, and then send your content to that specific person. But do follow up with a phone call, because obviously, as you can imagine, they'll probably get this from many other people as well in each week. So follow up. Don't let it drop. But get someone's name, so whoever's on the news desk, so that whoever can publish an article for your business, or consider it, and then make sure you get their email address. If you send it to a generic email on your local newspaper website, sometimes they can get lost. So be a bit clever, pick up the phone, who's on the news desk, and try to send it to that specific person. But those are really good. It's a free way. This is completely free, by the way. Yeah. It just takes a bit of time, a day maybe, is all this is going to take. But it's completely free. But the power of this is immense, right, Josh?
Yeah, definitely, Ad. I think it's also worth pointing out. Try and get in your potential customer's mind. Try think about what they might search if they don't necessarily know your business. For instance, I saw one comment about how would you potentially do this for a beauty salon. So all I've done while Matt's been speaking is I typed in best beauty salons in Leeds, just to have a look and see what kind of pops up. As a business owner, I would be doing this all the time. I'd be having a look at what your potential customers probably will be typing in. Best beauty salons in Leeds. I don't know too much about the beauty industry, but best nail salon or even a specific treatment that people might search or be interested in.
Absolutely right.
I've just done that search, and I've seen, for instance, Leeds list that keeps popping up. I can see Leeds UK 10 best. Treatwell popped up there as well. I've also got Yorkshire Evening Post, and then Eden Beauty Leeds. These are all 3-4 different businesses which will be happy to list your business and potentially post your article which you send them.
Absolutely, yeah. No, that's a great way of quickly finding relevant places to get to send your article, to send your content.
Yeah.
The only tricky thing here, guys, is actually just creating that content, and creating a story. But actually, it's quite good fun. It's quite interesting. It's a good thing to sit down, especially at this time, sit in a garden, create some content, write an article that's relevant to what you do, what's interesting for people to read, and obviously you're going to send that off. But the tricky thing is actually coming up with the content. But of course, you can always just pay someone to do that, and it's relatively cheap in the grand scheme of things. But I mean, that's all you guys need to do, and then you can obviously start to research as to who to send that to in your local area, and also the bloggers as well. And this is all free. But let me just remind you that this is advanced SEO. This is the stuff that the big agencies, I mean, we are a big agency, of course, but the big agencies, they in London, Leeds, Manchester, they charge thousands of pounds for this, to do this every month. And it's a monthly ongoing fee, £1,000 a month at the very least. This is serious SEO that we're showing you. And this is the secret, and this is it. This is what will really, really take your website ranking to that next level. I mean, it is a bit of work. It is a bit of work. It does require a bit of thinking. But if you're really serious about getting in front of your competition and getting higher on Google, this is the way to do it. And this will change your business if you put a bit of time into it.
Definitely. Especially using reputable brands, as you mentioned, Matt. The likes of Yorkshire Evening Post, those guys are more likely to get on the first page really quickly compared to a small business. Especially in that search that I've already done. Those guys were already on the first page for best beauty salons in Leeds. Wouldn't it be brilliant if you could get your business to appear in their article? They're pretty much doing the legwork for you. They're already coming up first on that search. Take advantage of that. Get in contact with them. Provide really good content so that they will. Obviously, we're not saying every single one will publish your article. Unfortunately, not all of them do. But the majority will, especially if you send them to as many as you can. You're only gonna increase more traffic, more customers.
Exactly. And let's say, for example, you're a cafe, but there's many examples we can come up with here, but I'm just going for the thing that I found quite easy to use an example for. You're a cafe. Speak to your suppliers. Ask them if you can write something for their website. So, for example, when I say suppliers, I mean who provides the tea. So down here we've got a local town near us is Harrogate, and Harrogate obviously has, I don't know if everyone's heard of Betty's, or you've obviously all heard of Yorkshire tea, which is made in Harrogate. Josh, is that right? Or
it is just behind me, actually.
so you've all heard. So imagine getting something posted on Yorkshire Tea's website under their blog, which they do have a blog. And if you're working with them and they're one of your suppliers, that is absolutely something you can do. Reach out to the farm. Local farmers have very relevant websites, and you might have artists that you work with that provide paintings in your cafe, things like that. Reach out to them, get an article, get a bit of content published on their website, on their blog, and then you could maybe do the same for them as a favor in return. Backlinks from connections. Speak to your suppliers. And one of the other things you can do is think about social media and how you can maybe get people to write something about your business. And these people are called influencers. Now, I think there's a bit of a negative connotation with the word influencers. We all have a bit of laugh at that whole aspect of social media. However, there are lots of people local to you and near you, probably really nice people that would love to come into your business and try out your product or service. Again, in our local town, Harrogate. I mean, I don't even follow influencers really, if I'm honest with you. I'm probably more like everyone here watching this, and that I don't really follow this kind of world of influencers. But I know of one girl in the Harrogate area who has about 5,000-6,000 followers. Only 5,000 or 6,000 followers, but they're all very local people in the area, and they look at her social media. Lovely person, and she would be more than willing, if I owned a business in the town, more than willing to come into my business, get a bit of a taste for what I do, test it, and then maybe write something about it on her. She's got a blog, she's got a very good social media page. And that is a way for you to get free exposure. So please do consider influencers, because they can really get your brand out there and get reach within a day that we could only dream of getting in 1 year. So an influencer can get that reach locally far quicker than what we could do within even a year. So here's a couple of examples here. This is what influencers do. They test your product. They post something about your product, and they get lots and lots of likes and lots of people engaging with their post. It might be on Instagram, it might be on their blog, but it is really powerful, really powerful. I know a lot of people that follow people like this. So, so what we're going to do really quickly is just recap a couple of things, and we're going to do some audits and check backlinks. We're going to check your backlinks. So we're going to do that in a moment. But what I want to do is, if you don't mind, I just want to skim back to something here and mention and just highlight this bit here, because this was a very brief area of this presentation, this webinar. But a citation, if you remember what a citation is, it's actually a business listing across a local directory, a business directory. And it's where you've got your name, address, and phone number listed across all these different directories. Yeah. And so what I want to do is, if I can ask the audience now to just put your business name into the chat. We're going to take a couple of business names out there, and we'll do a citation check live, and we'll show you what we mean by citations, and then we'll do a backlink check as well. So pop your business name into the chat if you fancy us having a look. Be wary though, because it could come up with bad results, but hope we'll see. So citations are the things we're going to look at. But just to recap, all of this is backlinks. All of this is what we're talking about today is about getting backlinks to your website. And we've talked about doing that by creating an article, a magazine quality article or content. And with that content, what you can do is get that content out there to bloggers, to online newspapers, to journalists, to social media influencers. So, and we showed you how to reach out to bloggers and how to find those top bloggers. Just simply go to Google and Google top 100 bloggers. And we even showed you how to actually get in contact with a local journalist, for example. And the sort of things you want to write a bit of content on. We've talked about how to write the content, what to write that content on. So if I just go back to we showed an example of one we'd done. We got this posted in a local newspaper, and indeed we've got it in a number of different newspapers now, 5, 6, 7 different newspapers. And so it's a very short piece of content about what we're doing as a business to support small businesses. And feel free to have a look at that and pause this and maybe take a few kind of ideas away from that article. So we've got a couple of business names coming in here. Thank you so much. So what I'm going to do is go and use the Key Locksmith, although I think I did use that one the other day, but the Key Locksmith, let me just go to Google as well. Okay, so we're going to check the citations and the backlinks, and this is really helpful for everyone, hopefully. I'm going to use our own website. Believe it or not, we've got a second website, notinfoserve.com. That's our Mothership. That's our parent website. But we actually run localsearch.co.uk. Yes, what an amazing URL that is, localsearch.co.uk. And you could all go on this. It's there. It's up on the internet, localsearch.co.uk. On there, we talk about what is local search and citation building. But at the top here, if you go on this later on, you'll see a presence check, a free presence check, and this is basically where you can check your citations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this, and I'm going to type in the key locksmith into this tool right here. So let's just have a quick check. What I need to do though is get the name, the first line of the address, and the street number, of course, and the postcode. So let me just do that, and I'm going to check citations. All right, so I can see straight away that key locksmith, you're already working with InfoServe. The reason why I can see that is because you've already got every single citation out there that you possibly need. Having all of these green icons, even if it's got a tick or a refresh, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's 100%. So you've got absolutely tons of citations. So what I mean by citation is I can click on any of these. Let's go to, like, for example, Foursquare. Let me show you an example of a citation. So the key locksmith has got the same business name. Actually, the same photos are going to be on each. So there's even photos on this listing. But crucially, it's got the same address, same telephone number, I presume. Yeah, there we go. And it will have all the relevant business details, opening hours. Now, if we just go to a different listing, let's say I click on Yelp. And again, it's got all of the photos, it's got the name, the address, even it's got a business description, etc., etc. But the name, address, and phone number is really critical. So because you've already got one, I'm going to check another one. So let me just type in a different one. I'm going to go Michelle Mercer Photography. So what I need to do, I'm going to say your name's Michelle, if that's okay. All I need to do, Michelle, is type Michelle Mercer Photography. And I'm going to get your business name. And hopefully this is going to be a bad one. Sorry, Michelle, but we do need to show an example of one that hasn't got all the citations. But let me just do a quick check. And we're going to do an advanced backlink check in a moment as well. So we're going to come to the advanced backlinks in a moment. So let's just do a quick check for this. So it's checking on multiple directories. And yeah, so there are some issues with your citations. So the one thing you have got is you've obviously got the Google My Business listing and Google Map listing all sorted out. You've even got Foursquare. You've even got a Foursquare listing, but you don't have photos on there. Now, photos are classed as rich data. It's what we call rich data. And the more rich data you have on these listings, the better the impact is. So try and get all consistent in terms of photos. You've got a Bing listing, you've got Facebook, you've got Yelp. But the thing is, on many of the other trusted directories, your listing is not found. Now, that could be for two reasons. You might have a listing on there, but the address and phone number might be inconsistent, so it's not able to pick it up. If it can't pick it up, it means effectively you haven't got it. So you're missing some listings of some of the other crucial directories. These are what we call Google trusted directories. These are the things that really do influence the whole citation and backlink building and mentions of your business. So there's a few bits and bobs missing there. But what I'm going to do, Michelle, I'm going to check your overall backlink strategy. So let me just jump on to our digital marketing audit, if I may. And so that's going to run now in the background. And I'm going to let Josh say something because I can see he's itching to say something.
I think it's worth pointing out, it's all, you've hit the nail on the head there. It's all about consistency. It's all about making sure that your details are consistent across all of these directories. Obviously, we've been through Google, the Google listing a lot. We've also been through the Bing listing. There are tools, there are plenty of different tools you can get that do actually allow you to update all of your listings and create your listings across all of these different directories. It is very hard to update 50 different directories all at once, or even create your listings, remember all your passwords. There are tools out there that allow you to do it in bulk, especially things people forget about. Apple Maps, for instance. I was reading, I'm a bit of an Apple fanboy, but I was reading a statistic the other day. I think 3 out of 4 iOS users actually use Apple Maps compared to Google Maps. So that's really, really important to kind of remember when you're looking for a local business. They're probably searching in Apple Maps, and again, having that listing up to date and correct and exactly the same as all your other listings. Again, it will just help with your backlinks and your citations. This isn't a quick fix. It takes time for you to get found on these search engines for Google and Bing. Nothing can get you found kind of overnight in terms of citations and backlinks. But it's what we refer it all the time. Me and Matt saying getting your home in order. It's getting your home in order and then getting found.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a quick analysis of Michelle's backlinks here. We've been helping a lot of you guys with the audits. We've been doing these audits for you, and if you want an audit like this, by the way, we can provide an audit. And if you all you need to do is just go to infoserve.com/COVID. So infoserve.com /
the links at the top of the chat.
Yep. Links at the top of the chat, but on this page here, if you just go to infoserve.com /COVID, there's the link on the page to request a one-to-one, aka a free audit, a free digital marketing audit that will look at your website, and we can go over it with you. So you just need to click on that and fill out the form. But this, Michelle, is effectively it. And the backlinks is coming up as about 15. That you've got 15 backlinks. Actually, no, maybe you potentially have more, but it actually will tell you where those backlinks are. So you've done really well to get some good backlinks here. So, for example, if I go to netmums.co.uk, you've actually got something in here about your business, which is fantastic. So well done. You've actually reached out to this this organization and got a link, an article or something written about your website. But I want to just go to Bridebook, because that's interesting to me, because Bridebook to me looks like a wedding venue directory, maybe something along those lines. And you are listed within this somewhere. Apparently this restaurant, Blackfriars restaurant, you are actually in here. So I can't work out where you are. Maybe you're somewhere. I'd have to look through this up.
Yeah, it said Michelle. Oh, just down. It said awards.
Hang on a sec. There we go, Michelle. Yeah, there we go. So you have maybe given an award or got an award, but there's a backlink to your. The only thing is that there's no content written about your business there, but it's still really powerful backlink. Just be wary of that backlink though, because it's going to a page that's not found on your website. So it's worth. This is the thing with these audits, is we can actually check the backlinks and where those backlinks go. But beautiful website, by the way, really nice. Whilst we're at it, let's check the title tag. Title tag's good, if a little bit too long, just a few too many characters. Try to keep to 45 characters. But yeah, you've got a good backlink there, Michelle. And this is the way we can check backlinks. Obviously, there's many ways of doing it. So let me just go back, because we've been screen sharing for quite some time. So citations. So we've got a couple of questions on citations. Well, to get, Josh mentioned that there are ways of getting multiple citations. Obviously, on InfoServe itself, we do offer listings. And so if I click at the top there on InfoServe, that InfoServe website, we've got all these. We can help you do that. We can fix your business presence. We can get it all done for you. Also on this one where it was localsearch.co.uk, we can also do that as well. So there's ways and means of getting found across all of those different places, and it's it's usually pretty cheap as well. So, but you can instantly get found across lots of different networks and listings, and including Yahoo Local as well. You want to keep an eye on that. But yeah, we're certainly not here to push our services. So it's just to answer one of those questions. Someone said, "How do I get listed in multiple places?" Well, at least check the presence. Check your presence on this free tool. So localsearch.co.uk, and there's a free presence check. Just at the top there, and you can check your presence.
Sometimes it will. Sorry to interrupt. Sometimes it will throw up kind of some inconsistencies. That this presence check, you have to make sure you put in your full address. If that address doesn't match up with exactly how you've typed it in, with exactly how it's displayed on some listings, sometimes it does say that it's not there. Again, it is looking, the only reason being is because it needs to be consistent across all your listings. It needs to be exactly the same. If it does say that it's not there, again, it could be a slight change in how you've written it in compared to how it's displaying.
That's absolutely right. Dorset Marine Training was another company that gave us their business name. The website's taken a little bit of a load speed there. I think a longer load speed than normal. I don't know if that's just my computer or not. But for what I'll do is I'll just check your backlinks as well. Dorset Marine Training, if I may. Let's just do that, and we'll go ahead and put that in.
And again, if anyone wants one of these comprehensive audits, please fill in the contact form at the bottom of the COVID page. It does show your backlinks, and it does actually do the presence check as well, all in one. Again, please fill in that form. More than happy to send a report to you guys.
Absolutely. So we can get in contact with you and go through your report with you very easily. We can even screen share it and walk you through it a little bit as well. So fill in that. But yeah, again, quite a few backlinks going on here, and this is a good way of checking those backlinks. You've got some on some other websites. Now the only question is I don't know if these are really popular blogs or really popular websites, but the higher the popularity and authority of that website, the better the backlink is going to be. So, for example, if I was to get one of my pieces of content published on a blog in one of those top 100 blogs in the UK, well, that's going to be quite a strong website that I've got a backlink from. So it's also important to reach out to really popular websites and try and get your content. But this looks like a good one. So well done on, you've got plenty of good backlinks there, but do make sure that they are high domain authority. But that is a bit of jargon. What I mean by that is reach out to some of the popular bloggers out there, reach out to your local newspaper, reach out to influencers in terms of social media. Okay, so I think that answers a few questions. Is it worth paying to be on Yext? Well, Andrew, you can probably get listed on them all for 15 quid, 12 quid a month. So I don't, it's probably worth doing all of them rather than paying for one, because if you pay for one, sometimes you're paying an upfront fee or something like that. So it's probably worth just paying for getting them all listed in one go on one of those tools. Obviously, we'd love to help. We've got all the tools available to get you listed on everything, but there's other providers out there. But we are here if you need any help, or if you want to get listed on any of these tools. Infoserve.com is the place, and we gave you a different one there, just localsearch.co.uk. It's specifically the citations. But anyway, if you want to fill out a form and get in touch with us, we can go through this with you one-to-one, and it's just simply infoserve.com/COVID. Drop us a message on there, and we can reach out to you on a one-to-one. Yes, Donna, we are working through them. You should have received a call by now, but we'll chase that one up for you. Josh will have a look at that. We've got the rest of our gang onto, the team here are working through those, and should have probably got through them by now, so we'll chase that up. Okay, any other questions, Josh, before we go? Oh, Josh, you're muted. Sorry, you're muted. Just having a look.
Sorry, I keep typing, so I mute myself. So Phil's asked a question, how detrimental would it be if we paid for 100 or more backlinks from some emails we may get? Yeah, this is a bit of a tricky one, really.
That's not a good one. I want to jump in there, Phil.
Yeah.
You've got to be really careful. Backlinks in that form is really old hat. Black hat is what Google call it. But it's really kind of the old style of backlinks where you just spam loads, get loads of links spammed on a website or a few different websites. They are a bit risky. I would really focus on writing content. Write a really good piece of content and try to get that content published somewhere. Try to get that somewhere that you feel is relevant, quality, and credible. Okay, so relevance, quality, and credible. Rather than buying for dozens or hundreds of backlinks, that is not really a thing that we would advise you to do. Okay, so sorry, Josh, to take over that question.
No, that's fine. No, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Okay. We've got a couple of messages coming through regarding the form. Maybe we've got a couple to get through, but we are certain that we've covered you all. Will, Helen, Donna, we know you've been here since the start, so thank you for that. We'll make sure that we follow this up after the webinar, if that's okay, Helen and Donna. We'll just literally jump into a call after the webinar. But we were pretty certain that they've all been contacted.
Just to make sure, just fill in that form again, and then it'll be at the top of our list. Fill in that form again, just to make sure, and we'll get in touch straight away.
Cool. Okay. Well, guys, we will leave it there. Hopefully, that's been useful for you. Before you go, can I just ask one favor? And it's the same favor I ask on every single webinar. Can you share the infoserve.com/COVID link with any local businesses you may know? We're trying to help as many local businesses as we can. We've covered a lot. We've got a lot to cover. And we are really trying to reach out to as many small businesses as possible. So we've had a lot of people in these webinars. Hundreds of businesses have attended. Thank you so much. And we really appreciate your support and feedback. It's been unbelievable to see some of your reviews. We've had so many reviews on Trustpilot. We're absolutely gobsmacked by how many reviews we've had on Trustpilot. It really made last week we had tons and it really made our week. If you do want to leave us a review, thank you in advance so much. Please maybe leave, maybe we could say our Google. We should be promoting our Google listing like you guys are now promoting your Google listing. Just simply go to Google, search InfoServe Google. Josh will drop the link into the chat now for the Google. Just so done it. So,
if you click that link, it will take you straight to the review section. And please let us know your feedback. Let us know what we're doing well. If we are doing it well, brilliant.
That's on Google as well, guys. So you know how powerful it is to get a review on Google. So wow, that would be amazing for us as well. So thank you so much for your Trustpilot reviews. We'd love to get some Google reviews as well. And if you do want any more help, free advice, we're here for you. So please reach out to us. Please share that link. And we'll see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Enjoy the rest of the day. It's beautiful. It's sunny. Josh is going out on his bike. His tire's been fixed. He's got a 50-mile bike ride to go. Josh, that's right. No, sorry, 5-mile bike ride to go.
9-mile bike ride I've been doing.
Not allowed to go too far, Josh. You don't be going too far because someone will pull you over.
That's in total. That's there and back.
We need you back on the webinar tomorrow at 2 p.m. So keep it easy, Josh. Stay safe. You're looking healthy. Hopefully, we'll see you all tomorrow, 2 p.m. Thank you so much and have a lovely day.
Brilliant. Thank you, guys.